welcome. If you're watching this on the replay, I've just started and I'm waiting for people to arrive. Just waiting for people. It's Friday night. Yeah, I'm here on the sofa, waiting for you. In this beautiful, beautiful evening. Gorgeous sunshine, lovely warm day. Hello, MJ. Oh, hi, Paul. Hi, Diana. Please let me know that you can hear me okay. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Whitson's mom. Hi, Trandans. Hi, Lorraine. Hello, Lolly. Hello, Thomas in Orlando. Hello, Layla. Good, you can hear me. Excellent. I'm very pleased about that. So, welcome. It's Friday. We've made it through the week. Another week. Let me just change my glasses. Hello there, John. I'm glad you caught me as well. There we are, I can see properly now. Oh, hello, Carol. Hello, Sandra from Kentucky. Welcome, thanks for joining me. Hello, Anita. Oh, you're cooking, are you, Paul? Couldn't join me here in the front room because you're cooking. What are you cooking? Pasta. I think we're having last night's leftover chili with some pasta. Anita's in sunny Sussex. Well, we're in sunny London here and it's lovely. Absolutely lovely day. Not that I've seen any of it. I've been indoors all day. Again, editing, doing stuff, filming. Thank you, Nettie. Yeah, I'm feeling nice and warm. And I'm coming to you direct from my lounge, which I've just vacuumed. Yeah. Hello, Debbie Ann. You're away in your caravan. How lovely. I love caravans. I really do. My grandfather, in fact, both sets of grandparents had caravans on Anglesey. So we caravanned a lot as kids. You're having chili too, Diana. Lovely. Excellent. Hello, Carla. Just catching up. Hello, Margaret. Hello, Sally. Hello, Emma. Thank you, Thomas. My hair needs a good cut. It's kind of really growing long again. So it grows so quickly. It's crazy, but I guess I've got a mullet. I'm rocking that 80s style. Hi, Rebecca. You've just finished work. Hello there, Mark. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so Friday, it's been another, hello Anna, it's been another busy week. Where's my tissue? Oven gloves they've all been washed, so I think you'll find them on the rack, Paul. I wash them with the tea towels, you see. We've got those oven, what are they called? Gauntlets. Yeah. Hello, Anna. Well, thank you, Thomas. Hello, Anna. Hello, Veronica. Okay. Hi, Joan. Hi, Beverly in Brittany in France. Bonjour. Yeah, another busy week. Hello, Derek. Thank you for joining us. We have 49 people. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Mama's Oasis Allotment. Yeah, Mark, I've heard about the bin strikes in Birmingham. Absolutely crazy. I hear they called in a major incident the other day because they're just piling up in the streets. It's absolutely crazy. What is going on with the world at the moment? Everything, we seem to have skipped into some parallel universe where everything is going the opposite direction to how it should. And it's rather discombobulating, as Moira Rose would say. Hi, Susie. Yeah, it's just all really very odd at the moment. Um, Things feel very strange. And I don't know. I just don't know. Well, I know, John, but how do we change this? You know, I think the problem is a lot of the time is that the general public, including myself, um, has sunk into apathy now. You know, it's like the cost of living crisis that we're going through at the moment. You know, I was talking to people months and months ago, probably a year ago at work, and I was trying to say to people, you know, what are we going to do about this? You know, people can't afford to heat their homes. And people were just going, oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Yeah. I thought, where is the fight in people? You know, where is the fight? Where is the backlash? Where is the uprising? You know? You okay, Paul?
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's decided to join me now in here. So yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know. Lovely weather in Liverpool, Ronnie. Hi, Tony. Well, Thomas, I can't imagine that, but I think it's bad enough with the government we have in the UK now, in England, certainly, and all the things that they're doing to take money away from ordinary people. You know, I don't normally get political, but I think sometimes you have to say what you're thinking. And, you know, I agree with Paul and many other people who are all talking about this at the moment. Tax the wealthy, you know, the extreme wealthy people. Well, we haven't had dinner yet. Is it algae? We haven't had dinner yet, but we're having leftover chili from last night, which I threw together and filmed it. Um, and we're having that zhuzhed up with some pasta tonight and a little bit of cheese on top. Yeah, things do seem like a bad dream at the moment. It's all very weird. I just realised I've got something in my finger.
Can you go on?
I don't think I can go on. I've got a splinter in my finger. I just felt it. Can't see it though. I'll pull it out later. I'll have that pleasure later. I love pulling out a splinter. I do. Anywho, yeah, everything is all a little bit crazy. Yeah, Ronnie, Bills, I mean, thank goodness the warm weather has arrived because we've started turning our heating off, other than maybe later in the evening when we'll have it on for maybe an hour at max. But we feel that we don't need it now because we're kind of used to the cold, which is kind of sad, you know. But hey, well, Sandra, you know, I don't think it's much better here. I think people are just a little bit, the politicians in the UK are a little bit different about how they say things, you know, but it's all the same. Jeanette, any news about the washing machine? Well, the washing machine is fine. We've had it a few weeks now and it's doing fine. Becky is the washing machine's name. Yeah. No, Mary, we don't judge anybody for, you know, their political views unless they're terribly outspoken. But no, we don't. We love Americans. You know, we absolutely do. We've got several friends in America. So, yeah. Sorry, missed a couple of comments. The comments are coming in really thick and fast. Yeah, it is cray cray. Absolutely. Oh dear, Derek. Yeah, we were lucky. Our mortgage was due to come to an end a couple of years ago now. And was it last year or the year before?
18 months ago.
18 months ago. And we managed to do a new deal, and have managed to extend it effectively to a lifetime mortgage. I mean, we're interest only, as you've heard us say before, so we're trying to pay extra off as we go along when we can afford it, which of course now with me not earning, it's a little bit more difficult now. So yeah, it is. Well, look, Jeanette, I think it's a balance. I like to know what's going on in the world, so I tend to cherry pick my news, but I try not to watch it on a rolling basis, you know. So I think it's important to know what's going on. Um, you know, the world is in crisis in many, many ways, and I think we also have a responsibility to help when we can, you know. And I guess the way in which we try to help is by giving to charities of our choice. The charity of my choice is shelter, because home, having a roof over your head and having a secure, safe home, I was going to say warm then, but that would be a lie, is very important to me, as it is to most people. So I support shelter, and I still give to shelter even though I'm not earning now. So, you know, I can't afford a huge amount, but I do try to give when I can. Although my sort of thought process now is that charity begins at home. Really.
With chocolate.
With chocolate whenever possible. Paul was very, very naughty this week. Paul decided to buy me an Easter gift. It was called a big biscuit box of 69 chocolate bars. Biscuity chocolate bars, comprising of toffee crisp, Kit Kats in several flavours, and what was the other one?
Blue ribbons.
Blue ribboned. They're going to get eaten, and I'm going to put weight on. The sun is coming through. Can you see? God, don't, that ages me. Oh. Quick, get my studio light. Don't let the sun. Paul, can you please save me? Because I'm like a vampire. I'm going to dissolve in a minute if that sun gets on me any further. Top blind, left-hand side. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, no. Where's that coming? There's a reflection from a picture. I can't be doing with that. That's it. You got it. Thank goodness. Normal service has resumed. Hi there, Sally. Tony, haven't had any cream eggs so far. Yeah, it is my favourite holiday because of chocolate. Well, why 69? Why not 70 bars? Hi, Tina. Hi, Robert. Sorry if I've missed anybody. Hi, Angela, just coming in. Yeah, but the thing is, Sally, I am not very good at restraining myself when there is chocolate in the house. And I've said it before. I can smell when there's chocolate in the house, even if it's wrapped through in 3 layers of paper and silver foil. Oh, don't start me. Praline. Oh, I love praline. I love any chocolate. I don't care. If the chocolate had meat in it, I would still probably eat it. What is Paul's guilty pleasure? Well, he also likes chocolate, Derek.
Not sweet chocolate.
Well, you do like a chocolate, and you do like a pudding.
But I like a cheese and onion sandwich.
Oh, cheese and onion sandwich. Oh, lovely. Or one of my cheese and onion pasties, Paul, that I didn't make the other week because the pastry went wrong.
Which was my fault.
Well, everything's your fault, Paul. You've got to live with that. So we both like food. This is the problem. But we have to be careful because, you know, at our age, you just look at a chocolate and the weight goes on. Literally. Hi, Elaine. Yeah, cheese and onion. Isn't that a gorgeous, gorgeous combination? Combination. So we've got 88 people watching at the moment. Thank you so much for joining me this Friday evening, giving up your valuable time. So this week has been a busy week, and it's been a week of trying to weigh things up, you know, in many, many ways. Hi, sis. Yeah, Tina. Well, you see, I'm one of those people that can eat unlimited amounts of chocolate and not feel any ill effects other than weight gain, which is an ill effect. But we've got to be careful because all that sugar's not good. All that fat. Oh, Angela, thank you. Oh, we got a super on a live stream. You're our first super. Thank you. Amazing. That's fantastic. Wow. It's lovely. I love it. Amazing. Oh, wow. You've given me a thrill, Angela. You really have. Thank you. Hold on, just having a little look. 90%, Rebecca. Wow. Mind you, we had a cocoa the other night. That was delicious. But I have to have sugar in it. Yeah, did you see that thing in the news about young children and sweeteners? They're advising not to give young children under a certain age sweeteners. Interesting, huh? MJ, thank you. You're enjoying the shorts. The only thing I wish with shorts is I wish YouTube could just pay a little bit more, because literally each one earns about 6 or 7 pence. It's crazy. No matter how many views you get, I think the highest earnings on a short was 19 pence. No, certainly not, MJ. Oh, sis, you're very kind. Thank you so much. Wow, amazing. Sorry, Jeanette, what's our finances right now? Well, to be honest, not great. Oh, Leslie, amazing. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm always so touched when we get supported. it it's incredible, it just means so much. It really does. Matchmakers, don't start me off. Don't start me off on a chocolate trip because I want to buy them all. I love matchmakers, both orange and mint. Love them both. Whitson's mom, it's all about the adverts. So basically, what happens is every time you watch an advert, we get a small amount of revenue because of that. So, yes. Tony, now interesting that you brought up pensions because I've actually had a letter from the pension scheme that I enrolled in, and it's absolutely laughable, the amount that I've not been in it too long. That's the problem. Um, it's laughable, the amount that I'm being offered. So yeah, I will be claiming it, but it's minuscule. We have got a PayPal for donations. You'll find that if you look in our videos, you'll find the link to our PayPal account. Hi, Robin. Curly whirlies, Leslie. Curly whirlies. Oh, but they've got smaller, haven't they?
Have they?
I think they have, Paul. They used to be massive, or were we smaller?
Exactly.
This is the thing, isn't it? Everything seemed big when we were children. Yeah. Oh, you're sending me down a chocolate reverie. I literally could dream of chocolate bars. Hi, Shaz. Welcome. In the US, they were called Marathon. Okay.
No.
That's what Leslie says.
Snickers were called Marathon.
And they were a foot long.
No. That's fabulous.
Are you talking about Curly Whirlies or Snickers? Our Snickers used to be Marathon as well. I love a Snickers. I love them all. Oh, Tina. That's sweet. Yes, Beverly, I believe we do. We do get a cut from YouTube Premium. It's a very small cut. Jeanette, no, we've not got the house on the market. That's not going to be happening for a while. We're taking every day as it comes at the moment. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because there were a couple of people that felt maybe I was posting too much. And I think some people have maybe got a point because our views, whilst they are up, everything is measured on your sort of recent videos. So, for example, if we have a video that does 500 views, and there were videos the previous week that did 450 views, YouTube says to us, well done, your views are up by X amount of percentage, but in terms of earning money, they may not be that much, So in order to earn more revenue, we have to increase our views, basically, and we have to consistently do it to the same level. So this past month has really been a bit of an experiment to see how I can push it. And sometimes doing too much can work against you because people feel a little bit overwhelmed, or people don't watch all of the videos that you put out. They just pick and choose which ones they want to watch because they have a selection. So, it's a case of finding the right balance. So that's kind of the process that I'm in. But the other issue is, for me, is I like to be busy. So I like to be making videos, I like to be editing, but I have to be restrained about how I put them out. But at the same time, I'm experiencing this anxiety that I'm not earning the money that I used to earn at work. So I'm kind of tending to think, just put the video out now, put it out now, you might earn more money. But I need to hold back a little bit and just, you know, wait and time things in a better way. So yeah, it's all very interesting. Yeah, Vivi is in the process of moving at the moment, so I'm sure she'll give us updates quite soon in video form. Yeah, I'm not that picky with chocolate, Shaz. Yeah, I'll eat any of it. Well, Leslie, apparently Paul said it's 31 seconds that is a good amount of time for the ads to run. Enjoy your dinner, Beverly. Thanks for joining us. Molly, well, how many do I have? 55. 55 scarves. Oh, I don't know, Tony. I love Cadbury's. Yeah, Cadbury's, Galaxy, all of them, dark, milk, white. I'll eat it. Thank you, Margaret. I appreciate that. I enjoyed making it. It was really fun. And to go back to what I was saying, I sort of wanted to try some different things. I don't normally do modeling and clothes videos, but I thought, why not try something different? So I did those shorts and people really enjoyed them. So I was really, really pleased about that. It was quite fun to do. And I guess we're going through this phase at the moment, which does involve a bit of experimentation. Um, and there's been lots of suggestions from people as to what they would like to see. And I try to go so far in fulfilling requirements, if you like, but I try to go with what I think people will enjoy. So, and quite a few people have said, I should try a modeling career. And I answered a question on one of my videos the other day. The problem with a modeling career is you have to be prepared to travel around a lot, to maybe go abroad, to be available at short notice. Yeah, all of those things. And to be honest, that's not really something that I want to do. And I was approached by somebody, somebody that we know, and asking me whether I'd be interested. And I kind of said no for those reasons, because I'm not really prepared at this time in my life to get into that game. And also, I have absolutely no knowledge or skills within that field. It takes quite a lot to be a professional model. You have to know how to pose, you have to know how to look a certain way with your face. I don't have that skill set. I might be able to do it for myself on a video, doing it at home where I have nobody watching me other than me, and feel quite secure in how I'm presenting myself. And incidentally, I had to shoot those videos a couple of times, it wasn't in one take. And it took quite a long time to do it. So it's not my skill set, you know. Yeah, I understand that, Carol, but when you are in a shooting situation with studio lights and all sorts of things going on around you, it's a different kettle of fish, you know? And yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Layla. Thank you so much. So kind of you. Thank you. So, you know, I do have a certain amount of training in drama. I did O-level drama at school. I did a 2-week residential. I also did Guildhall certificates, Guildhall speech and drama. So, and did several productions. So I do have some skills. I also did public speaking. I was a trainer at the BBC. So I've dealt with large groups of people. I have the confidence to stand up and talk to people in public. So I do have a skill set that I can work to, but being a model, it's different. I'm not going to be going for it, Tina. It's not something that I want to do. And that's the point, you know. Enjoy your mac and cheese, Rebecca. It would be fun to have live cooking. Yeah. So yesterday, I actually filmed me cooking dinner, which will be on my vlog next week. And I need to talk to you about the vlogs as well, because I'm going to be making some changes. It's quite difficult to do live cookery because you have to either focus on just the dish that you're cooking in or do a wide angle shot of me, the food, and the cooking receptacle, if you like. So it's difficult to do that, but it might be fun. Yeah, I agree. Oh, Debbie Ann, lentil bolognese, how lovely. Okay, John. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, vlogs. So, I made this change, this experimental change to doing the vlogs twice a week. I've had a few comments from people. Some people said that they found it more difficult to watch two, so they were no longer watching both. So I have decided to make it all one video again, and I'm going to be doing it on a Wednesday. So the next vlog that you see will be next Wednesday. Well, yes, I could have a sous chef helping me out, couldn't I, Paul?
Just stir in the cheese.
It would still,
the cheese.
to fold it in, just fold in the cheese, Paul. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Well, Tina, again, I don't know whether I've ever found my niche. I'm one of those people in life who've tried lots of things and never really settled on one thing other than this, which is just general vlogging and talking about life. We had a comment from somebody, I think it was yesterday, who was a little bit sharp, actually. And they were saying that they felt that this whole thing was a bit cliquey and that I was only playing to my Facebook audience and that they were no longer going to watch and that they felt I wasn't particularly imaginative. And my answer to that was that I was sorry that they felt that way, but this is my ordinary life. This is it, I'm just an ordinary person leading their lives, but choosing to share it with people in the form of a vlog. So that's it. And, if people enjoy chatting with me and watching stuff, that's great, and if people don't, then that's also fine. So, what can I say? That's what I deliver. Yeah, blissful elixir. Yeah, I mean, we could also work out how to do two screens. You know, I've noticed people do that on streaming. My tech wizardry doesn't extend that far, but we could certainly look into it. So it's certainly something to think about. Yeah. Oh, it's a pasta bake, Paul. Oh, I see. I look forward to it. I hope the pasta's not overcooked. Let me just scroll back. Well, yeah, I'm one of those jack of all trades, master of none, I think. I think the only thing I've ever really mastered is delivering training. I was pretty good at that. So maybe I should do some kind of training videos, but I don't want to become one of those corporate AI backgrounds person. I don't really want to become somebody that I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I want to keep things as real as possible. That's really our thing, just being real and normal, although some people would disagree. Well, I hope so, Anna. We're trying our best, but you know, I've said it before, our subscribers have grown at a glacial pace, and it's always been that way. You know, I think the only time that they went up quite significantly was when I filmed The Storm in 2018. I agree, Leslie. Oh, Mary, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Caroline, everybody's different, aren't they? And you know, I try not to. I mean, look, let me be totally honest with you. When I get a sharp comment that is a little bit rude, but the person clearly doesn't think it's rude, they're just being very direct, it does hurt and it does sting, but it stings in a sort of playground way, you know? It takes you back to the playground. It takes you back to the bully in the playground, the person who thinks they can just say whatever they want and get away with it and do it as many times as possible, just with the intention to make you feel something. And if that's hurtful, then, you know, they've achieved their goal. And, you know, we've had a few sharp comments over the years, and I've blocked quite a number of people. Um, you know, and yeah, it's an interesting thing. It does hurt, but you know, blissful elixir. I have something up my sleeve around that. So keep on keep on watching, because the only thing I've got in terms of narration is I'm contending with noise, external noise, quite a lot of the time. So it's quite difficult, and I have to choose my time. Well, I've got something coming up, Jeanette, in terms of hair care and skincare. I don't use a lot of skincare products. I did do a skincare product video years ago when I was using, I can't remember what it was. It was bee venom cream. Yeah, yeah. And I was showing that, but I no longer use it because I can no longer afford it. Debbie Ann, for me, primary school, that infant school, was difficult. I found that really hard. But secondary school, I really enjoyed, especially the older senior years. I really, really enjoyed it because I was really naughty. But I was also lucky because I was fairly naturally clever. I retained information quite well, so I managed to get my exams. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed being the class clown. I really enjoyed it. Well, yeah. Um, well, Anna, you're very kind. I've never seen it myself, but I try to smile more these days. I try my best because I've never enjoyed smiling. I've never thought I looked cool. I never thought I looked attractive. I've always had a complex about my looks and my body. So I've never been able to comfortably inhabit this skin. So I'm trying to do more of that now. I know you'll all be going, oh, really? Pull the other one, Richard. It's got bells on, but it's true. It's true. I'm being real. So, yeah. Sally, I didn't go to university. I left school at 16. I didn't do A levels. I didn't do a degree. I did NVQs on the job. Yeah. So I'm educated to O level. I've got 6 O levels and 3 CSEs. And I've got 2 NVQs and an advanced adult apprenticeship in customer service. I also hold certificates in training, which I got at the BBC. Hi, Ali. Thanks for popping in. Hello. Thank you, Anna. Nettie, it's interesting. I actually spoke to one of my colleagues yesterday on the phone, which was absolutely fantastic. We had a good old natter. And to be honest, I'm really glad that I left as well. But I'm still worrying inside about money. That's my thing. I'm I was always used to earning my money and basically giving it all to Paul, which is what I did every month. You know, I had a small amount of money for my spending, buying what I need for the house and stuff like that. Um, but I'm still nervous about that, even though I do have some savings that I can live on and pay the bills on, but that won't last forever. So, yeah, but I'm trying to just calm myself down about that. Yeah, the school system in the UK has changed a lot since I was at school. I mean, I left school in 1984, and the system then was you went to infant school until you were 11, primary school, and then you did an exam which determined which stream you would go into in secondary school. So there was always a top stream of the cleverest kids, a middle stream of the mediocre kids, and the bottom stream for the kids that needed help with education. Um, I was fortunate, I was in the top stream. And then you used to do 5 years in secondary school. The first three years, you'd have a general education. And then in your third year, you would choose your options and you would do your exams in your fourth and fifth year. And then you would stay on into sixth form, which I didn't do, and you would do your A levels. And then you'd go on to polytechnic, college, or university. That's how it used to work. So, yeah, very different to the US. Um, yeah, but, you know, I dropped out and, yeah, went to work at 16. Well, Nettie, I agree. I totally agree. And actually, I've always said to Paul, don't worry about money. Money will come. And money always has come from somewhere. We've always found a way to earn money, always. So it's just getting used to, you have to understand that I was in that job for nearly 18 years. And most of that was full-time employment. And for a receptionist job, I was relatively well paid. So I relied on that. We relied on that. So, I plunged myself into a very new space, and I'm still adjusting to that. So there's bound to be some anxieties around that, but they're not the kind of anxieties that keep me up at night. I can assure you. If they were, I would tell you. I'd be quite open about it. Caroline, I sympathize with you. I do sometimes get a little bit agoraphobic. In fact, I mean, I don't go out that often. Um, yeah, I understand. Bye, Anna. Thank you for joining us. Well, thank you, Leslie. Thank you very much. We've got 100 people watching us at the moment. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I think things do happen for a reason, but I think also we have, how can I put it? We have responsibilities in life. And I think it's important to consider your responsibilities, and consider how you're going to manage. For example, over that 18-year period, I did manage to save money every year because I knew one day I would need something to fall back on. Because I certainly didn't see myself working until retirement age. And actually, in many ways, sometimes you have to make decisions that force you to move in a different direction. Because if you don't try new directions out, you'll never know whether they're going to work. And this is early days for me being a full-time content creator. So I'm still navigating through that. And I'm still learning what works in terms of increasing the content and how it should be rolled out. So, it's an interesting journey. Well, Derek, I hope so. And I think what I've learned over the years working in disabilities is that you have to have a lot of patience with people in general. And you can't allow your impatience to win out. I can be very impatient with lots of things. But you have to allow that higher part of you to kick in terms of how you react to situations. I'm quite a fiery person. In fact, I was quite fiery today about a couple of things because I was feeling a bit frustrated. And I tend to blow up very, very quickly. I have what's called a Latin temperament. So I'll blow up very, very quickly, not very often, but I do. And then I will calm down very quickly as well and just get on with what I need to do. And I've always been like that. But in a work situation, you can't create that kind of fuss. You have to keep a lid on things. So it's learning how to control that part of yourself that wants to walk that calm line, What was I frustrated about? General things, fitting in stuff, the amount of stuff I had to do today. I was frustrated about YouTube. I was frustrated about some videos doing well, some not doing well, the reasons behind that. I had a couple of videos to film this afternoon. I had some cleaning to do. It was all kind of like I wanted to get it all done as quickly as possible and couldn't move forward. I was feeling a bit held back by things. Just, things sometimes come to a head. And, yeah. It's interesting because sometimes you do get instant reward. I'll give you an example. um, One of the shorts that I made the other day, I put it out and released it, and I blinked, did something else, went back, and it had done 3,000 views in a matter of minutes. So sometimes you do. When something goes viral, and we've had a few videos go viral, you can literally watch the videos going up. Nettie, I do occasionally become overwhelmed, but I try not to react too strongly about being overwhelmed. I tend to go two ways. I either get really sort of, or I go very quiet. So it's interesting. It depends on what it is, I can get a little bit fiery if I feel as though people are attacking me personally. I can get quite fiery. So the whole YouTube thing is totally unnatural. If you really pull it apart, and I've been doing this with a few things recently, I've been thinking, how bizarre is that thing in modern life, like YouTube? Me sitting here on my sofa, talking to a screen, talking to a little dot of a camera, and people watching me do it. I mean, it's just crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So, couple of things. Jade, interesting that you've mentioned that about the neighborhood cats, because I said earlier to Paul, I think I'm going to get the camera out and start taking footage of the cats in the garden because people might enjoy that. The problem with that is that I've done that before with various things, with birds, with cats, with squirrels. And yeah, some people enjoy it, but not enough people enjoy it to make it significant. But I think I would quite enjoy doing it. So you've also got to please yourself as well when you're making videos. If you're not pleasing yourself, then why are you doing it? Um, if I wanted to do lots of things I don't enjoy, then I'd go out and get a job in a boring office. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tina, I I hear you. I hear you. I really do. Um, Sometimes you need to take time out. Sometimes you just need to sit on the sofa for half an hour and have a cup of tea for no reason other than you're just stopping yourself. Yeah, Jane, it's interesting, isn't it? During lockdown, one of the lockdowns, Paul and I both went through a similar thing where we were getting very annoyed by other people not observing social distancing and the rules. Because, believe it or not, I might have been a rebel in my teenage years, but actually, I do try to be compliant. I try to take on what I'm told by science, and I try to, do the right thing. We were getting very vocal and we were shouting very vocal things out loud. And please don't take this as an insult if anybody has Tourette's, but we were saying things like, I feel like I'm developing Tourette's, you know, or a Tourette's like behavior where I'm just shouting these things out loud, you know, at people who are clearly flouting the rules, you know. And yeah, it's very odd. It's very odd. Oh, okay. Jade and Leslie. Great. Thank you. Live webcam from the garden. Yeah, Karen, good idea, but maybe I should set up a camera in the garden because we've got some trail cams. Nancy, you know what? Sometimes ads don't show. And YouTube clearly states that, you know, ads may not appear where you request them to appear. So, yeah, we're used to that. Well, I'm very pleased that you could join us, Leslie. And Jade. We're all crazy on our phones, aren't we? You know, I mean, Paul sat here watching me on his tablet, but he is my moderator. Oh, on the phone as well. Oh, we've got 3 devices going. All that electricity.
Well, then if somebody asks something, I can check it on the other device.
Oh, you're very clever, Paul. Well done, Paul. Well, we've got a couple of trail cams, haven't we, Paul?
Yeah.
But they're actually a little bit
complicated.
They are a little bit complicated to work out. The instructions aren't very good. We tried a couple of occasions and it was like nothing happened. I mean, we try to be tech savvy, but some things just aren't clear, you know? Paul is very handy to have around, yeah. He does some things in the house for me. Oh, Sally, you've got me on 2 screens as well. Lovely. So we've got 103 people watching. Isn't that crazy? It's like a small community venue. Now, Layla, TikTok. Hold on, I'll come back to that in a second, Layla. So Derek, you get annoyed when people get too close in supermarkets. Yeah, I remember we went for our walk, you know, when you were allowed to go for a walk for an hour. We went for our walk down the canal. And I remember somebody jogging into us. And I swore at them. And I swear to God, I'm not a violent person, but I really, really felt like hitting them, you know? And I've never hit anybody in my life. In fact, I'm probably one of those people who should not be pushed to hit somebody because I feel all that anger would come out. But yeah, just unbelievable. So, Layla, TikTok. I have been sort of looking at TikTok. I'm a little bit nervous about going on TikTok. I'm not too sure why, but I thought maybe the videos I did on the shirts and the scarves might go well on TikTok. I don't know. I've never tried it. Maybe I'll just download the app and set up an account and see what happens. But I have been thinking about it. Tech. When tech works, it's great. And I think Paul's probably a little bit more tech savvy than I am. But I think we all have our tech that we know how to work. For example, my music editing program, I've been using that for many, many years, FL Studio. So I'm quite familiar with using, I'd say, a good chunk of it. There's quite a lot I don't know. Whereas Paul's a little bit better on the sort of website side of things and stuff like that, you know? Well, Jeanette, decluttering, we kind of did most of our decluttering that we wanted to do when we had the house on the market the last time. So I've got a couple of areas that I need decluttering. Yeah, back to basics. Yeah, we found the trail cam was really un unuser user friendly. Yeah, that sounds strange. Unfriendly to the user. Yeah, I think it's interesting how we are more insular in many ways. I don't know whether tech has made us that way. You see, to me, the whole phone thing and the tablet thing, I remember as kids, we dreamt of a day when we would all have a miniature television in our pockets or a tiny computer that did lots of things, you know. I remember we dreamt of those things and now we have them. So we knew that tech was coming. And it's now here. And we all distract ourselves, I think, because also the past 40 years has seen terrible things in the world. A decline in standards of so many things, you know, but certain things have got better. Health has generally got better. I don't know, health technology has got better. Yet many people's living standards have got worse, you know? So it's a strange old world, isn't it? I'm just having a look through. Layla, you think we'd have a good chance on TikTok then? Okay, I'm going to hold you to that, Layla. Yeah, I think I might give it a go. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed the For Earth's Sake videos, Sally. Thank you. Just having a look at the comments. Yes, Karen, good idea. And that's the great thing about YouTube, isn't it? You can very often find, you know, manuals online, videos on how to do it online. So yes, good idea. I'm just having a look through. Thank you, Jane. We do appreciate it. Yes, Vanessa is great. And we're going to be doing some more filming down there with For Earth's Sake and the Great Green Barn. So yes, keep your eye out. And we've been doing things in collaboration with Vanessa because they don't have a YouTube channel. So we're using our channel and hopefully we earn a little bit as well from it. So that's good. So we've been going for just over an hour. So it is time to start saying goodbye because Paws Pasta Bake will be ready soon. It will, and I'm looking forward to eating. Oh, sorry about that, Leslie. I know you. I think you've mentioned that before. And I mean, really, we wish that every town, city, village, whatever, had a For Earth's Sake, you know, because we think that's the future of shopping. We don't think that it's mass goods everywhere. We don't think that is the way to go. So we think everybody should be able to buy just what they need at a local shop, you know. So thank you. And I want to say thank you to those of you who donated on the supers. That's amazing. Thank you so much. We're so privileged to have such a loyal fan base and such a wonderful audience. And you know, we do appreciate it. And we know that so many of you try to watch everything that we do. And we just hope you enjoy it, you know. And I know many of you do because you tell us. So thank you. Have a great, great weekend. We will see you for Sunday chat. And remember,
Sunday chat.
yeah, all right, Paul. God, it's not your video, it's mine. If you want to do a live stream, you should help yourself. I'm only joking. So we'll see you for Sunday chat. Remember, the vlogs will be Wednesdays from now on, so there'll be no vlog this Saturday, but there may be a small bonus video. Just a small one. Oh, Leslie. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie and Jade. So kind. Thank you so much. We so appreciate it. We really do. It kind of makes us a little bit slightly emotional when people donate and when people support us. It really does, because it's just incredible. Thank you so much. So, you know, it's time for me to put the phone down first. No, it's me first. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me this Friday evening. I thoroughly enjoyed talking with you all. And thank you so much for your interactions, because this is just, you know, it's so fantastic. It really is. And I said it before and I'll say it again. Without you, there's no YouTube. There's no videos. There's nothing, because it's the audience that makes it, you know. Yes, of course, there are creators like myself and Paul, but, you know, there's no point in making videos if there's no viewers. So yes, we do, Derek, we do have a lovely group of people, and we're very fortunate. And we don't ever seem to get any trolls these days, Paul. Do we?
No.
No, I didn't see any. Did you?
No.
No, Paul's saying no, so I trust him. Although he might be lying. So Sam, you donate through the Super Thanks, which is a little button that you can press. But we are tying up now. We're tying up now. We're saying goodbye. I love you all. Thank you so much. Is he lying to me? Were there trolls and I just didn't see them? I like to play with the trolls occasionally. It's quite fun. I'm saying goodbye. I'm saying goodbye now. Thank you. See you for Sunday chat.
Sunday chat.
Love you all. Bye for now. Bye, 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 bye. I'm pressing the button. I'm putting the phone down first, okay?